Okay, so Clam Corporation and VMC have released jigs this year that are new. At least they're kind of a new find of mine. And I've been looking at them all year. I haven't picked any up. I have a pretty extensive arsenal of different kinds of panfish jigs for ice fishing and even small walleye type jigs and things like that. So I haven't bought any of these, but I had a brainstorm the other day and came up with the idea that that I could make them. So I'm going to show you what they have, and then I'm going to show you what I have, and I'm going to show you how I make them. So what they have is called the bomb spoon. I know the letters are probably backwards for you. That's what they look like right there. Boom. Okay. Weight, treble hook below it. They have a rattle one. It's a weight on a shaft with a little bead and a little metal clicker. So when you jig it, it goes tick, tick, tick. Boom. You can see it says right there. Okay. That's the Clam one. Now here's the VMC one. This is the Ice Force catalog. They call it the Chandelier Jig. It's made of tungsten. Mine aren't tungsten, mine are lead, but you can see what they got going on right there. So now I'll show you what I got. Here is one of my little bomb jigs. Just a weight on a shaft with a treble below it. Threw some yellow on this one. I don't know if I'm going to put more on there or not. Maybe a little black dots or something like that. And here's a chandelier one I made. I'm going to finish that weight silver. It's right now it's just still in that shiny lead color. Silver shaft, silver treble. I'm going to probably paint that weight on there silver. Here's one I did that's orange. Did that one in orange. Here's another one I made. I put a couple little beads on there and put some red dots on that weight treble below it. Now what I use to make these is really simple. First thing you're going to need is you're going to need your body, your weight. So I picked up some of these bullet-headed slip sinkers. They're obviously flat, little cup, angled down towards the other end, look like the head of a bullet. The other thing you're going to need is egg sinkers for the round bomb looking bodies. Egg sinkers right there. Now the two that I picked up are both 1/8 ounce. It's pretty appropriate size. I'm probably going to make some that are smaller, and eventually I might make some that are bigger for walleye jigging and things like that. I also happen to have some 1/8 ounce older style round sinkers in my tackle box already that I am using for this purpose. So the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need that shaft, the part that the body goes on. Now I got these eye pins, boop, like that, Walmart, $2.50 right there. There's 200 of them in there, so you can make quite a few of these guys for $2.50 on the shafts. You can see it's round on one end. It's got a little gap there. Then I also picked up, now I had some different stuff on hand, but I just picked it up fresh so I could show it to you. This is crafting wire. This is 20 gauge silver. This is thicker. That's what this jig here is made out of. Okay, I'll show you that how I bent those, and we'll go over that. I also picked up a gold version because I also made a gold one of the chandelier jigs, and here it is right there. Okay, painted that baby all gold, gold shaft, and the reason I even had a gold treble hook off an old trout jig. So now you can also use some beads. You can just, you know, harvest some beads off of old walleye spinners or whatever, or you can take apart some old trout jigs and things like that, and I found some beads if you want to throw those on there. Then you're going to need some treble hooks. I'm recycling older treble hooks. Now most of these are all size 8s. You know, for panfish specifically, you know, I have a size 10 on that yellow one I did. There's a size 10 on a blank one here I haven't finished. For most of your crappie, bluegill, sunfish jigs like this, I'm going to recommend that you stay between that 14 and that 10. I'm not sure exactly what your preferences are, but I prefer to stay smaller. Now, I didn't have any 14 trebles on hand, so I'm going to have to pick some up to make those smaller ones, and I'm also going to have to look for some smaller weights so I can micro her down a little bit. Now, to make the jig, here's what you're going to do. Take your shaft, and you take your weight onto the shaft, just like that. That simple. Then you're going to take one of these little round nose pliers here. Round, no teeth on it. No teeth is important because if you have teeth on there, it will mar up that wire pretty bad. And you just take the end of that wire, you bend it around. So there you got that angle, just like that. It's crossed over that shaft. Take your finger, give her about 3 twists around, just like that. Now you got that thing twisted on there about 3 times. She's good and tight. She's not going anywhere. The eye is going to be a little off-centered. You just take that little plier, kind of bend that eye up and center it. Straighten that. Make sure your shaft is straight there so it rides true. So now I have a weight on the shaft with an eyelet above it, eyelet below it. And I just take my handy dandy little fingernail clippers, and you got to push a little hard because it's obviously it's wire, and you just clip it off. Boom. Now I just got a shaft with a weight on it. I might take a larger pliers, actual needle nose, and kind of push it together a little bit. Just tighten it up if it needs it. This one's actually pretty good. You know, you get the hang of it after you do a few of them. Now you just take that round nose again. I stick her right through the hole in that bottom eyelet. Remember that shaft came with that eyelet and there's a little gap there? You spread that apart a little bit. Take a treble hook. Put the treble hook on it. You can use a round nose or you can use a needle nose. Just close that little eyelet up tight. Don't go too tight. Don't try to mar it. You don't want it to break off. Now these things, you're not going to be catching muskies or anything, so you know this wire is plenty thick enough to do what you need to do there. There you go, finished product. I got a bomb jig, just like that. Now, the weight set, these babies right here, there's 14 of them in there. They were $1.40. 200 of these at $2.50. You can recycle treble hooks or you can buy them. You're going to spend maybe top $6 for 10 of them or something like that, depending on the quality. That's kind of higher end. That's where you're going to run into some of these red hooks, because here I took a bullet weight. I used to use this for bass fishing, salamander plastic on a big hook. Drop down on the bottom, drag her slow for them slow feeding bass. And I put that blood red hook on there. Now that's a size 8 treble. And that's a chandelier jig, a big chandelier jig, just like that. Boom. That was like black iodized weight, so it's black with a red tip. And that's how you do her, and that's how you put it together, and then you end up with your finished product, and you can paint it however you want. You know, I'm going to experiment with some Protect powder paint. Right now, that gold one I did, I used this Tester's enamel. That slid on there real nice, made a real nice smooth coat for me. Then I've got like a Mod Podge varnish. You can get that at your Walmart too. Super gloss. So when you put that on there, it creates like a seal, and it'll keep the shine on it. You know, you can do different things. Obviously, you can make your shaft longer and put different setups on there. The 2 red beads I put on there, I think this looks neat. I can't wait to use it. But that's how you make them. And They cost me less than 20 cents a piece. I could probably make a couple hundred of them in an hour or two if I really wanted to. Quick, easy, painless. So there you go. Save yourself some money. Good luck fishing, guys.